What is up, guys? It is me, ProHD, and I am back again with another video. Now, you're probably wondering, and yes, this is not going to be a reaction video, at least for today. I actually wanted to make a different type of video because today is actually the 8th anniversary of Five Nights at Freddy's. So, and for that, I decided that I wanted to celebrate the anniversary by talking about something that could be big for Five Nights at Freddy's, especially something that I know a lot of fans would love. And this would be, as you could probably see by the thumbnail and the title, Five Nights at Freddy's at Universal Studios theme parks. Now I know you're probably thinking, Pro HD, that will never happen. Universal will never do that. Well, here's the thing. You never know. They could. Because the thing is, Five Nights at Freddy's is considered one of the most popular video game franchises to date, other than Minecraft. But if you see the overwhelming success of the franchise, you'll see that it has a high chance of coming to a theme park. In fact, back in, I think, 2016, they're showcased for a theme park ride by Sally Corporations for a Five Nights at Freddy's dark ride, which there's tons of videos about that. So if you just look up Five Nights at Freddy's dark ride, you'll see tons of videos about it. But what I'm trying to say here is that I think a Five Nights at Freddy's area should go at Universal Studios theme parks. Why? I have tons of reasons. And I'll even explain what I personally think should be in that area. Because, well, I'm not really the one that would design the area. I mean, it's up to Universal if they want to do it or not. But the reasons why I think that Universal should do a Five Nights at Freddy's area is, for one, Five Nights at Freddy's has a huge fan base. And it's not just kids, but it's also teens and adults. A lot of people love Five Nights at Freddy's. So I think having a Five Nights at Freddy's area at the Universal Studios theme parks would draw a lot of crowds, especially for people who want to see Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, and Foxy at a theme park. But another big reason is because Blumhouse Productions, they're working on the Five Nights at Freddy's movie. And if I remember correctly, I think Blumhouse is owned by Universal. So with that being said, technically Universal kind of has the rights to use Five Nights at Freddy's. I mean, I don't really know for sure, but at least that's what I'm assuming. I don't know. But my third and final reason for why I think Universal should get a Five Nights at Freddy's area is because, well, for one, the money. The money that these Universal theme parks will make just from adding Five Nights at Freddy's, it will increase profits for the theme parks. It'll make more people want to go. But anyways, what should be in a Five Nights at Freddy's land is actually really simple. But the way that I would make a Five Nights at Freddy's area, because the thing is, Universal Studios currently right now, at least for Hollywood, are in the middle of building Super Nintendo World, and that's set to open in next year, 2023. But instead of Five Nights at Freddy's having like some intense crazy theme, having like intense crazy theming like Super Nintendo World does, I can imagine the Five Nights at Freddy's area being simple, but because there's not really like some crazy heavy theme for FNAF other than just a pizzeria. But what I think is that the land, when you enter the land, you should enter into like a carnival, like a fair carnival, like a boardwalk pier like type of area. You'd have like carnival and boardwalk pier and fair type of rides, like a Ferris wheel, like a roller coaster, like just carnival and all those types of rides, but themed around Five Nights at Freddy's. And you could also have like quick service restaurants, some food stands, and a lot of different unique things that's themed around Five Nights at Freddy's. And as for restaurants, like actual sit down restaurants, there would be three restaurants. They would be Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria, Fredbear's Family Diner, and Circus Baby's Pizza World. Now, I know you're probably thinking right now, why would they do that? Well, for one, Freddy Fazbear's Pizza is something that people have been wanting to see in real life for years. And Universal would probably know that if they were to do that, people would go there. Any FNAF fan would want to go there. And my idea is that Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, it could basically just be themed around like how it appears in the game. But as for Circus Baby's Pizza World, I don't really know how they would do that other than just have Circus Baby from FNAF's sister location just be the main animatronic. Like, I don't know if they would have like circus variants of like Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, or Foxy. Like, I really don't know. And before you say the Fun Time animatronics are like circus variants, no, they are not. They're called Fun Time for a reason. Fredbear's Family Diner. I would imagine Fredbear's Family Diner being like a type of like a 70s, 80s, like a vintage type of restaurant. And the only animatronics you'd really have are just Fredbear and Spring Bonnie. And as for all three restaurants, obviously the main food choice would be pizza. Maybe like all three places would have their pizza a little bit different. But from how I would see it, at least have different things on each menu so each one is unique. And another thing that I would add for the Five Nights at Freddy's area at Universal Studios, now I don't know the possibility of this happening because of how massive it is, but I would have Freddy Fazbear's Mega Pizzaplex from the newest game, Security Breach. Now, I know what you're thinking. Pro HD, that's insane. That'll never happen. You never know. Universal can be creative. And not to mention, they've built pretty big things before like that. How I imagine it is that it would basically just be a scale replica of the Pizzaplex of how it appears in Security Breach. It would literally have everything. The main atrium. It would have Kids Cove. It'd have Monty's Gator Golf, Mazer Size, the Starcade, the prizes. It'd have El Chip's restaurant. It'd have the Fazcade, Bonnie Bowl, Roxy Raceway, Fazzer Blast. It literally would have all of that. And the reason why it would draw so much attention is because when you have stuff like that at a theme park, it'll draw guests. And when you have that, it'll boost up profits. But of course, people would just want to either play mini golf or go bowling or go-kart racing or laser tag. I mean, who wouldn't want to do that? But, yeah. The Pizzaplex, it would basically just be the same of how it appears in Security Breach. But yeah, it would not like be all crazily like you couldn't be able to go into like a lot of the restricted areas like you do in the game, because obviously those are for like employees, and you get what I'm saying though. That it's just not allowed. As for rides, well, I believe that the Five Nights at Freddy's land could possibly have at least 2 dark rides. I don't know about a water ride or a roller coaster or a drop tower, nothing crazy like that. At least 2 dark rides. I can imagine the Sally Corporation's that dark ride. Maybe Universal could use that idea and build a brand new type of trackless dark ride. And maybe it could be combined with like a shooter dark ride where you have like a flashlight and you go through the different various like locations. I would say probably FNAF 1, FNAF 2, Fazbear's Fright from FNAF 3, and whenever you see the animatronics, you shine the flashlight at them, and like the more animatronics you flash with the flashlight, the more points you get. And it would still be a trackless dark ride implementing a shooter dark ride, like, and it'd have really interesting animatronics. It would have all the characters from FNAF 1, FNAF 2, and FNAF 3. I don't think FNAF 4, Sister Location, Pizzeria Simulator, Help Wanted, Special Delivery, or Security Breach would be in the ride. At least that's what I would think. But other than that, another ride, another ride that I think could possibly be in the Five Nights at Freddy's area would have to be Foxy's Pirate Adventure, or as I personally call it, Captain Foxy's Adventure. Now, basically what that is, it would basically be the Foxy Pirate Ride that you see that's in the Halloween DLC for FNAF VR. And it would utilize the same ride system as both the Secret Life of Pets Off the Leash and Buzz Lightyear Astro Blaster. So it'd be an Omni-Mover type of ride combined with a shooter dark ride, which it'd be awesome because it'd be a ride just completely themed to Foxy and pirates, and a lot of kids would be drawn to that ride. And other than that, that's really pretty much every idea that I would have for a Five Nights at Freddy's land. That being 3 restaurants, 2 dark rides, the whole land having like carnival-based games and rides and carnival, fair, boardwalk pier type of aesthetic. And then the Freddy Fazbear's Mega Pizzaplex as being labeled, I would say, attraction and dining location because it has multiple restaurants and attractions in it. But here's the thing though, where would it go? Obviously, it would probably go at all the Universal Studios theme parks. Where exactly? Well, here's the thing. Currently at Universal Studios Hollywood, they're building Super Nintendo World. And what I can possibly imagine is that the Five Nights at Freddy's area could go on the lower lot because Universal's building some new sound stages on the outskirts of the theme park, and maybe if Universal cleared out a lot of the sound stages there, and maybe if they were able to purchase the golf course and use that as like new land to build, they could have that be the base for the Five Nights at Freddy's area. Obviously the studio tour would have to be rerouted to build the Five Nights at Freddy's area, which, I mean, it wouldn't be that hard to reroute the tram, in my opinion at least. As for Florida, Universal Studios Florida, that's pretty easy. Universal is currently building their brand new theme park, Epic Universe, and already that land's going to have Super Nintendo World, Universal, like, Classic Monsters, How to Train Your Dragon, another Harry Potter themed land. But I could see the Five Nights at Freddy's area being part of Epic Universe, which personally I think would draw a lot of crowds to Epic Universe. That's just my opinion though. As for the other theme parks, well, Universal Studios Japan, I don't know how well Five Nights at Freddy's is known in Japan, but I can assume that it's at least known. So I could see the Five Nights at Freddy's area being brought over to Universal Studios Japan. Because, I mean, it'd be something that, like, Universal Studios Japan could have. I mean, it'd draw some crowds. It'd make money. As for Universal Studios Singapore, well, I don't know how well FNAF is known in Singapore, so I don't know for sure if Five Nights at Freddy's could go there, but I mean, it has a chance. I mean, they're gonna get Super Nintendo World, so I guess they could get Five Nights at Freddy's if they really wanted to. Universal Studios Beijing, on the other hand, well, I don't know if Five Nights at Freddy's is well known in China, so I don't know for sure if Universal Studios Beijing would get Five Nights at Freddy's. And not to mention, Universal Studios Beijing is still pretty new, so the chances of Five Nights at Freddy's going there is very unlikely as of right now. I mean, maybe like in the far future, maybe like 10 years from now they could add it, but I doubt it, at least for right now. But yeah, pretty much that's all that's going to be for this video. There's my idea of like a Five Nights at Freddy's area for Universal Studios theme parks. I think it's possible. If Universal really wanted to do it, I think it is possible. And my idea for this land actually came from a YouTuber named Theme Park Wizard, because he came up with an idea for a Stranger Things land. I will actually leave a link to his video, because Stranger Things, I feel like that Stranger Things could possibly be at Universal Studios Hollywood. I mean, he said it's just for Hollywood, but who knows? Maybe Japan and Orlando could get it too if they really wanted to. I know Stranger Things has nothing to do with Five Nights at Freddy's, but the only thing they really have in common is that they're both horror franchises. And with Epic Universe in Florida getting a classic monsters land, and because the classic monsters are horror, it technically means that Stranger Things and Five Nights at Freddy's could have a chance because they're both horror. Except with Five Nights at Freddy's, you'd have less horror elements, but with Stranger Things, you'd have some horror elements. But I don't really know how they would do Stranger Things, but Five Nights at Freddy's, I already said how they would do it. But I'm going to go ahead and just end the video here, and I will leave the link to Theme Park Wizard's video for the Stranger Things right here or right here. I don't know which it'll be, but wherever I point it, that's where the link will be for the video. So that's going to be it for this video, and I'm going to go ahead and end it here. I will be uploading a reaction on Wednesday, because I'll be back to my normal schedule again, because this is my video back from break. So until then, I will see you guys again on Wednesday. So, peace.